What is going on YouTube? Prepared to wander out in the woods today, and we're going to be looking at a knife that I've had for a little while now, and I thought I'd share it with you in more detail. It's shown up in a couple of videos here and there, but I've never really stopped to talk about it in length. And I think I'm going to show how I can use it today, talk about its specs, and just give you an overall general look at this knife and see what you think. It's been requested by other people on the channel wanting to see it, so it's about time. Fall is definitely almost here. Leaves are falling, they're turning. Still a little warm out, but not as bad as it's been. So my favorite time of the year to get out and film. I love the fall. I love being outside during the fall as much as possible. I want to camp during the fall, so I've already got a couple camping trips planned. Those are going to be coming up on the channel, so stay tuned for those. But a lot of exciting things, so stick around. Alright, so the knife we're going to be talking about today is this knife right here. This is the LT Wright Knives Forest Trail. And if you're not familiar with LT Wright Knives, you need to be, because it is a knife making company here in Ohio that is producing probably some of the finest semi-custom knives that you will ever come across. Their fit and finish is very superior to a lot of stuff that I've seen on the market. They continually come out with great designs, and this knife is no exception. It is a really exceptional design, and it's crafted very nicely and comes with a lot of nice features. So great knife for the money, and it's something that if you haven't considered an LT Wright knife for your bushcraft knife, you may want to look at their catalog and see what they have. Now, the Forest Trail, I believe, is an exclusive with the Knife Connection, which is a knife reseller here in Ohio as well. And I believe that the people over at Knife Connection actually helped design this knife. It is a 5-inch blade, Scandi grind, A2 tool steel, micarta handles, 5-inch handle, so it's a 10-inch overall. Really beautiful drop blade to it. You can see that. Just a great design. And of course a sharpened spine for striking a ferro rod. And then out of the box, this knife is incredibly sharp. And since it's such a beefy knife, you look at the size of that spine, it really does well with the task of batoning through wood, chopping, and it has a little bit of weight to it. But still, that Scandi grind that they put on it does a great job for finer work like feather sticks, notches, things like that. So overall, just a great user. And then the ergonomics of this handle, as you can see, it has a very slight Coke bottle design to it. Tapers down to a nice end here. Has a bit of a guard to it, so you can really choke up on this thing and feel confident as you're using it that it is not going to slip out of your hand. Another great thing about this knife is the sheath that it comes with. Really beautiful, heavy-duty Kydex sheath. Snaps and locks into place with a lot of confidence. You can buy different backings for this. This is a leather backing that the Knife Connection sells that allows you to either remove that screw and then have this as a traditional belt knife, or you can add a dangler to it. Now, I made this dangler for mine, added that to it. That gives it a lot more comfort for me carrying in the field if I have it on a dangler. But the sheath is really well done. And with LT Wright Knives, there's also leather sheath options that you can find on their shop or in their store that they'll direct you to. Click this in here. Nice and solid, not going anywhere. Alright, let's go ahead and start using this knife. I am not a huge fan of knives for chopping. I just think there's more efficient tools to be used in the woods, and that would be saws and axes. But this knife, with its 5-inch handle and 5-inch blade, you certainly, if you had to, you can chop with it. It doesn't have a ton of weight for that task. It's not designed for that task. But in a pinch, if you really had to, you can. Batoning through a large piece of wood is not an issue. This knife can handle it. Even a bit of a knot there. It took it like a champ. That Scandi grind does a nice job with feather sticks, making some nice curls. As you can see, this knife can really take a licking. It's meant to be abused and used, and because of its size, it has a great ability to be a great wood processing knife and still do all those fine tasks like we always talk about in bushcraft and woodcraft. I feel so confident with this knife, and I don't know why, but out of all the knives that I own, I always gravitate back towards this one. This is actually the second one I've owned. I owned one before, sold it, immediately regretted it, went out and bought another one. That just shows you how much I love this knife and how much I think it needs to be in my arsenal of blades. Next to my tracker, this is probably my second favorite knife, tracker being my favorite. It's so capable for being such a big blade, so it gives you so many options when you're out wood processing, where smaller knives are not going to give you that. It doesn't have that reach. This one does, so it's a great overall blade. I really can't say much more about it other than if you get a chance to test one out or try one out, I would do it. They're a little pricey for LT Wright knives. It's definitely on the higher end. It's over $200 for this knife if you go to Knife Connection, but heck, you know, it's definitely worth the cash. You know, buy once, cry once, and then not worry about it is what I say. So get the best blade you can for the money. Alright, Wanderers, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the review. There'll be links down below for LT Wright Knives and the Knife Connection. You can check out the Forest Trail down there. Look at all the specs, the different handle materials that it comes in. It comes in a wide variety of different handle types, from wood to micarta, and everything in between. So definitely give those guys a look at and see what you think. Also, make sure you check out the Facebook group. It's growing very large, well over 400 members. Check out my Instagram page too for additional photos from my photo shoots and videos, and we'll see you next time on The Prepared Wanderer. Thanks for watching.